Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Jeffrey Winzenried, and this is Trailtime Confessions. Trailtime Confessions is a podcast about my life, and it's about me talking about my stories throughout my life and how those stories have shaped me as a person. And I think I've lived a pretty unconventional life, but I do have conventional stories that are relatable. And my ultimate objective out here is to help influence people to live a better life and to help people get outside their box and their comfort zone and essentially embark on their own hero's journey so that they can level up. So I came up with Trailtime Confessions early on my trek here on the Pacificcresttrail as a means to essentially help keep my sanity, but also get things off my chest. And as a result, it has helped me big time grow as a person and just in my reflection here on the trail. So I am progressing Trailtime Confessions and taking this to another level with the next series in my podcast called Road to Uncovery. And I do have a continuous episode series that I am posting to my Facebook group and will eventually upload that to my YouTube channel as well. But to launch the podcast on Podbean, we are strictly sticking with this first series, and then we'll be adding more series onto that. So this first video is just an intro, and it's also meant to give you a little bit of a backstory before we dive into the 6 basic human needs. And so I want to first just give a disclosure that I am not in any way affiliated with Tony Robbins, and even though I would love to be, these 6 basic human needs that I'm going to be diving into is basically my reflection of my analysis of these basic needs and how they relate back to big events in my life and pivotal events. So essentially what I'm doing here is connecting the dots with lines and bridging those gaps with information and stories, and then relating that back to you guys and showing you and explaining to you in a very deep, rich way how my life has been affected and changed, both positively and negatively, by certain decisions that I've made over my life. And all of this is done in hopes to give you a better understanding of who I am, and so that in the future, as I progress my life, I hope to be more relatable, and so that anybody can go back and look back at these videos and the podcast and feel like they can get to know me, because where I want to take my life to the next level is going to be a progression of everything that I've already been doing, and that's influencing people to be better versions of themselves. And whether I do that through health and fitness, mental toughness, coaching, psychology, helping people understand why they do things so that they can make better decisions for themselves as well. So that's kind of a synapse of what Trailtime Confessions is. The real nuts and bolts, the guts of what Trailtime Confessions is there's confessions is kind of it's a funny word, because it's when you think of it or say it, there's inherent truth to that, and it's also kind of just the word says that I'm kind of bad for the things that I've done, but in a way I'm able to overcome that and speak the truth to you guys. So I thought it was a cool, catchy name. It just kind of came to me as I was on the trail, and so essentially now what I'm going to talk about on the next episodes are going to be about the 6 basic needs that we all share as humans. And these basic needs are innate across cultures, across everybody throughout the world. And again, this comes from Tony Robbins, and I have to give him 100% of the credit for that. At least the information that I'm sharing with you guys. So these 6 basic needs are certainty and uncertainty, or variety, and both of those are a paradox of each other, meaning that when you have too much certainty, or vice versa, too much uncertainty or variety in your life, you're going to have an overwhelming urge and need to flip and prioritize the opposite need. So we have certainty and uncertainty working back and forth with each other, and then we have significance and connection or love. And so those two again are a paradox of each other, and significance is almost it's selfish. It's in a way focusing on yourself, your ego, self-care, self-love, and which is not necessarily bad or selfish in a bad way. It's just focusing on you, which we need it sometimes. Connection and love is more about relationships. It's about communication, and it's about intimacy and the need or the want to give love. To receive love. And then the next two are of the spirit, or the higher needs, and these two are of growth and contribution. And so growth is about learning. It's about trying to enhance your intellectual capacity, essentially just trying to grow as a person, to develop your personal development, and essentially make your life better. Contribution is about giving love. It's about serving others. It's about giving back